Hey guys, my name is Seppi, and today we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 6, The Tragedy. And wow, that was one heck of an episode. And I was worried going into Season 2 that we were going to kind of do too much with fan service. And weirdly enough, that has happened, but in a really good way. And I haven't quite put my finger on how. I think mainly it's just because everything that is showing up that would be considered fan service is serving the story in a pretty interesting way. By the way, spoilers if I haven't said it already. So last week's episode we had Ahsoka Tano, and that was a really good reveal. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on this channel, but I love Ahsoka. I love the Clone Wars. I was actually going to do a review on Season 7, but I totally forgot to. Anyways, so we got Ahsoka last episode, and she told Din Djarin and Grogu now, we learned his name, little Grogu, to go to Tython, I think is the name of the planet, and sit on a rock and call the universe with the Force and see what happens, see who comes. I had a feeling that this could have gone in two ways. This would be the very last thing we see in the season and get a big other Jedi reveal. Or it happens next episode in which, spoilers, Baby Yoda gets captured. Poor little dude. He makes these little noises, his little patos. But yeah, he got captured, unfortunately. And I figured that would happen if Tython happened this episode, which it did. I figured around this time in the season, Baby Yoda would get captured. Now, that's kind of like I guess the big spoiler of the episode because it's like the last major thing that happens, but there's even bigger spoilers in this episode that are pretty fan servicey, you could say. But again, in a good way. They set it up to be believable. They set it up to be like, yeah, I'm rooting for this. This is awesome to see finally, and I get the little nudge, nudge, wink, wink, but like it's still really cool. And that would be Boba Fett. And Baby Yoda goes on top of the thing. He starts using the Force call to the universe, and then a ship comes in, and it's the Slave One, which is so freaking cool to see. The last time we saw the Slave One, I think that was Jango's ship. I think everything Jango had just got passed down to Boba, which we also learned that Jango was a foundling. And by right, that would make Boba Fett a foundling because he's Jango's son, his clone. But his son, you know? So I was always under the impression that Jango was just a really skilled bounty hunter, killed a Mandalorian, took his armor. And I'm pretty sure George Lucas said something like that. But I like now that we learned that he actually was a foundling. He was by right a Mandalorian, and so is Boba Fett. That's really cool information to learn. What's more important is that finally, since I was a little kid, since people who were in their 40s were little kids, get to see Boba Fett be Boba Fett because we've never seen it. We just liked him because he looked cool. Now we get to see him. Holy shit. He like kicked all the stormtroopers' butts. That spear mallet thing he has was so cool. Seeing Tamora Morrison just like with his face exposed, just like a warrior as he's destroying these stormtroopers was so cool to finally see Boba Fett be what he just kind of got the title bestowed upon him as the most dangerous bounty hunter in the galaxy. Now we know why. we haven't known for how long has Star Wars existed? Since Empire, since the Christmas special. That's like, I don't even know. But now we get to see Boba Fett fight, and it's awesome. He revived Fennec. He made her kind of like a little android stomach, I guess, for where she got blasted by that Han Solo wannabe. But Fennec is back, and we get to see her be a sharpshooter too. Like, we knew she was dangerous, and now we really saw her in action with some cool stunts with that boulder, and just a really overall aesthetically pleasing episode. Fan servicey, sure, but it served the story because Boba Fett's been looking for the Mandalorian because he's got his armor. That's what Boba Fett wants. He wants his armor back. Spoilers, he gets it during the middle of the fight. Mando kind of gets knocked out by Baby Yoda. He's trying to grab Baby Yoda, but the Force is like knocking him back. And yeah, so Boba Fett comes out with all his armor on, continues to kick everybody's ass, and it's very enjoyable to watch. And then the Dark Troopers come. I guess I kind of skimmed over the fact that the Empire showed up. Yeah, the Empire showed up. Now the Dark Troopers show up. They kind of shoot in from the atmosphere, and they grab Baby Yoda, and Mando can't chase him. A bolt flies out of the sky. By the way, I don't know why, but the concept of orbital ordnance, orbital blasts coming down is so freaking cool to me. And to see that happen and then destroy the Razor Crest was kind of like like so cool to see that. And then less like, oh, the Razor Crest. I'm going to miss that because it's gone. Like the Razor Crest is completely obliterated. And the only remnants of it are the Beskar staff, which, yeah, of course that survived. And the little ball Baby Yoda likes, little Grogu likes that ball. And Mando got it. The episode ends with Boba Fett saying, you know, we kind of struck a deal. And we've seen Boba Fett in comics. And in comics, he's a bad guy. But I kind of don't care about that because I like what happened here. Seeing Tamora Morrison as Boba Fett and then being like, hey, we struck a deal. You gave me the armor back, but we didn't protect the kid. You know what I mean? Like that was part of the deal. He got stolen. So until we get him back, you know, I'm going to keep the armor, but I'm going to help you. And like that's awesome. That's going to be great. And then Mando goes on to look for Mayfield and maybe just as like some sort of wild card to stir up something. I imagine he can do a lot of damage internally with his attitude. But yeah, so there we are. Baby Yoda got captured and Boba Fett, Fennec, and Mandalorian are working together to find him. And I imagine Cara Dune is going to help too, because we also learned in the episode she was legitimized and is a New Republic captain, I think, captain or marshal. So that's cool. And I think she's going to help. I think she already did. It implies that she did. And the last thing we see is Grogu in a cell. And this kind of broke my heart a little bit because it's like, yeah, it's fun to see him kick butt, but he's really using the dark side. He's just force choking and throwing around these stormtroopers like they're nothing. And Gideon comes in and he's kind of enjoying it. And it made me sad because it's like, yeah, like I want Baby Yoda to be safe. I want him to protect himself. But at that point, he's not protecting himself. I guess in a way he is, but he's just messing around with these guys. And he's scared and sad and hurting them. And that's the dark side. That's the path of the dark side. So it's sad to see. And I knew, and I was kind of hoping they would tap into that because we all love little Grogu, but he's kind of selfish. He's kind of a brat. He's a little stinker. And even being a baby, that can lead to some bad stuff if it's not, you know, tempered. So there we are with the episode. A lot has happened. And once again, Baby Yoda's caught. That's why I said it was a little formulaic. Baby Yoda got captured, or I guess I should start calling him Grogu. Grogu got captured, and now we have to find him again, and we're rescuing him again. So it's kind of like the end of the first season, but I imagine that's going to happen every once in a while. It's the through line of the show. It's the Empire's using him for cloning or something. We still have yet to completely find out, but a little bit of it has to do with cloning, we know. And Gideon really wants him. And that means Grand Admiral Thrawn really wants him, and I cannot wait to see Grand Admiral Thrawn. So that's basically the episode. I kind of just ran through it, my little review on what happened. Was it fan servicey? Yeah. But did it serve the story? Yeah. And I think that is what makes it important. What do you guys think about the episode? Is there anything I missed? Anything super important that I glossed over? Any Easter eggs? Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.